Hi, this is Ron Nutter with another edition of Tech Bites with Ron Nutter. This time we're doing a little prep work in preparation for the Harman Kardon Invoke that should be arriving in the next few days, because the more I read about it, the more I thought that we should go ahead and get a little bit of prep work done to make that install process go even smoother. And that is going to be assuming you don't already have a Microsoft account so that you can use Cortana. So we're going to get started with that right now. Okay, and it's great when technology works for a change. This is going to be part of the series that I'll be doing where some of the devices will interface to Cortana. And if you saw in the previous video that I did, there are going to be some differences, but I also showed you how there was one way you could get probably just about everything to talk to Cortana, even if it doesn't do it natively. So I'll be showing both some native as well as some non-native apps, non-native ways to do it, because there's always more than one way to handle things. And that's going to be something that I'll be trying to do throughout the videos, and which you'll also be seeing in the book as well. So at the bottom of this, you will see the complete step-by-step of what I went through, and I'm going to show you one little additional step that gets you ready for doing the home control. And it's not really intuitive on how you get to it, so that's why I wanted to get it covered in this video. But along with the step-by-steps, you're going to see a link to the Harman Kardon device, which is the hardware version of this, so that you've got, if you don't have your smartphone handy, the Harman Kardon Invoke is certainly an option to do it with, and is one I'll be anxiously awaiting to get my own right now. The other things is that if you find these videos useful, and I really hope that you do, please subscribe to this channel, because as I build up the number of subscribers and the watch time for the videos that'll be coming with that, that's going to help me do some other things with the channel, such as attract some sponsors and get some things to where I can have additional resources to work with that I just don't have right now. But also, in addition to that, if you would consider subscribing to my email list. I'm not going to spam you with a bunch of stuff. Really, at this point, it's probably going to be 2 to maybe 3 times a week as I release new videos. And if I spend a special offer on something, that's going to be the fastest way I have of getting it out to you, in addition to letting you know when the new videos post. So, help me help you. If you do that, I would really appreciate it, because that and subscribing to the channel will go a long way and give me some flexibility to do things with the channel. Now, getting back to the subject of this video, there are 2 ways you can get the Cortana app outside of having a notebook or a laptop, or same thing really, or a desktop computer, and that's on your smartphone. Now, I'm going to show you how to do it with an Apple iPhone, and that is one way to do it, and there's certainly doing it with an Android phone is an option as well. So I've already got, to save some time, I've already got the app downloaded and open on the phone. So if you don't already have a Microsoft account, you can either use the link that's right up here in the app. I would suggest doing it probably off desktop, because it's going to be a little bit easier, because I had a miskey problem on the password when I first used it, and it was easier to troubleshoot it that way until I got more comfortable with it. So we'll go ahead and I'll enter my account here, and I'm going to switch away from the phone for just a moment while I get that done. And while I normally suggest that you use something other than an email address, more and more services, for one reason or another, are starting to use that. Kind of wish they would do something else, but I understand from their point, because it also gives them the ability, if there's a problem, they can reach out to you that way. So I'll go ahead and hit the sign in button, and then what you'll see now is we get to the password prompt, and I'll switch back from that while I enter the password. And if I don't do it slowly enough, then the keyboard has a tendency to get away from me, and then I just tap on sign in, and once we tap on agree, then you've got Cortana up and running. Now, this is just, you just barely have got it up and running at this point, and we can confirm that we've got it by just, let me take my graphic off for just a moment here. You'll see the little microphone down in the lower right-hand corner. So we'll tap that, Cortana, what is the weather forecast for today? Okay, I just want to do that real quick just to make sure that we had everything up and running. And I've noticed a little bit of a lag at times. Of course, this is going to be true of any of them because although as you can see by the top of the screen, I do have it set to go on Wi-Fi. I've noticed at different times of the day there can be a little bit of lag. So, just be prepared for that because occasionally it can happen. Now, I've tapped on, I didn't tell you, let me go back here, the little 3 horizontal bars you see there. That's how you get into the menu. Now, at this point, you would think you would go to settings, but you don't because you'll go in a whole other rabbit hole. Because if you go into settings, it's not going to get you what you're looking for. So really what we want to do is we'll go back to menu, we'll go to notebook, and I would love if Microsoft would explain to me why they picked the notebook metaphor, but they did. So we'll want to go over here to the right-hand side of the screen and go to Manage Skills. And down here where you see Connected Home, this is where you start getting into the secret sauce to make things work. So we'll tap on Connected Home. Now, this is the way the first time you go in, you should see this because you have to turn around and enable it. So we'll just tap on that. And as this has consistently done this, now at this point, it's already had my credentials cached. So you will probably have to enter in your login credentials yet again, even though you may just logged in with the password within 30 seconds. That's the way Microsoft chose to do it. So it is not to me to criticize that. And actually, I'm glad to see for an additional feature like that's what they've chosen to do because you want a higher level of security. And if you do anything with these accounts, and you've heard me say this in other videos, please use a password manager. Even if you have to have the same email account associated with multiple smart home devices from different manufacturers, please use a different password because that's just a layer of protection for you so that if one of the accounts were to be compromised, you just haven't handed them the keys to the whole kingdom. So please do that. And there's several programs out there. I use MSecure. There's LastPass. There's, I think, KeyPass. There are a lot of good ones out there. And there's some nuances that may make one better for one person, one for somebody else. But please use a password manager. I wrote a whole book on the subject that you'll find on Amazon called The Hackers Are Coming. Because would you rather spend a few minutes now taking a few extra precautions than having to do the cleanup later? One short story, and then we'll get back into this. Someone I know that has very high profile within the internet marketing space had their account compromised. It took them 2 weeks to get it back under control, and they lost, potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars because they had to completely shut their company down because they couldn't do anything they had before. So please take a few steps now. And if you never get hacked, hey, I'm happy. But if you do, at least you've got some precautions in place, and including the Microsoft account you see here on the phone, because that's something you can turn on what's called two-factor authentication. And if you'd like for me to go into more detail on these videos, I'm more than happy to because I'd rather you be safe and make it harder for somebody else to get in. So going back to this is now that we're set up for the connected home, you'll see all the vendors that are supported. And when you go to enable a specific one, I've got several on here that I'm already using products from. You've got LIFX. You have Philips Hue. They make some good products as well. Now, the secret sauce I was referring to is the Samsung SmartThings Connect, or SmartThings Samsung Connect, however you want to talk about it. This is the secret sauce, folks. This is the one that, while natively, as you can see here, only a handful of companies are supporting Cortana at this point in time. The easy way to get this working, I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out which screen I need to move the cursor on. The SmartThings Samsung Connect, and SmartThings is the way it was known early on. Now Samsung is moving to Samsung Connect. This is There's two different programs out there, and that's a whole other discussion that we'll have later. But this is the one that probably is going to be the gateway to a lot of devices that don't have native Cortana support. But, just that, like I said, that's a whole other discussion we'll have later. But as you can see, this is very straightforward to get into. Once you've got it up and running, and then you're set to go. It will give you an idea of how to get some things organized. You can see it's, you can do music on here, a whole host of things that I haven't begun to even work with yet, because my focus right now is going to be on the smart home. So this is something that, this is one option. And if you're more into the Microsoft ecosystem, then great, you've got a good way to do it. So, you don't have to think about, well, I got to go out and get this device or get an Amazon Alexa. They all have their pluses and minuses. And you saw in a previous video where I talk about the different ones. But again, please do not let the numbers sway your decision. Look at what you're the most comfortable with. And this is the beauty of having the software clients for Cortana, for the others. You see which one you're the most comfortable with, and let that make your decision. And then it gives you an idea of where to move into the hardware devices, so you're not deeply entrenched in one camp when you find out that that's not really going to be the best one for you. Well, we've gone on long enough. Again, would really appreciate everybody seeing this. If you would subscribe to the channel here, if you would help me with one additional step of going to subscribing to my email list, so as I find any special offers, I can immediately get that out to you. I can also let you know when new videos posted. I'm trying to do about 2 a week. Don't always get them done on the same day, but I'm trying to work with that. If there are any questions you have, please reach out to me, because I want this to be enjoyable for you. I mean, I'm having fun playing with the different kinds of technology, but not everybody likes to do things from that standpoint. You just want to, okay, what does it take to get from point A to point B and get things working? So you let me know how I can help you. You will see other videos that I've got. I'm trying to categorize these so you don't have to go through the whole series. You can drill down to just what you want. And then you will also be seeing references once in a while to the book that I'm working on in conjunction with these videos, because these videos will be linked to from the book. So if you're not sure, which way you want to go, or you want just somebody to kind of walk you along things, the videos will do that. So you'll have access to the videos from within the book as well as directly here on YouTube. Well, I appreciate your time. So again, I will be reading the comments. Please let me know how I can help you and make this as enjoyable as I can. And if you're a manufacturer who makes this kind of technology and I haven't already reached out to you, please reach out to me, because I want to get this in front of many people who can. And especially if you're a nonprofit, or if you're a service organization, you're looking for a service project to do for handicapped, disabled, older folks, this is a great thing you can get involved with, because depending on how you pick things and how companies may want to start working with organizations like that, you may find it can be very economical to do and maybe have better reach than some of the other things you've tried. So again, if you're interested in that, please reach out to me, because I want this to be a win-win for all concerned. Thank you very much for your time, and we'll see you in the next video.